Hey guys, this is going to be another serious video, but serious is usually pretty good because in this video I just really want to talk about changing people. I'm sure you've tried to change your mom, your dad, your girlfriend, your friend, maybe even your teacher, maybe even your boss, maybe your coworkers. For me, it would be friends, family, and really anybody that's close to me, maybe even business partners. You gotta realize that you can't change anybody. And the reason why I'm making this video is because everybody tries to change people. Whether it's showing them a new way, you found this new strategy, or you found this thing that you found very amazing yourself personally. But when you try to explain it to them, you can tell by their facial expressions. You can tell by their response that they think that you're just full of shit and that you're just dreaming. And let's just say your name is Bob. Bob, you gotta become more realistic. And that's what hurts me a lot at the end of the day, where people are very closed-minded. And I don't blame them. I would have been closed-minded my whole life if I never looked for better. If I never looked for a better version of myself. If I never looked for what I have to learn to become successful. I was always ambitious. I was always competitive. I was never the smartest person at school. I mean, I was probably the kid that's the Asian kid that's good at math, and you would want to copy the homework from this kid because he just happens to want to be good in that class. But I would not call myself smart. All my friends are actually really way smarter than me. But they were academically smart, and when I mentioned things like business or, whether it was me starting or even when I was starting to make money, and I was actually being a little loud with my success because I like to share with my family and friends. But then, you know, it's a process of you explaining what you do online, and they're like, wait, so you do what again? So you do what Amazon does, or what do you do? And then it just becomes, uh, long story short, it's a waste of your fucking time. In order to change someone, let me show you exactly how to change someone. You would need to dedicate a tremendous amount of energy to first understand someone. You need to learn how to empathize everything that's their chemical makeup, how they were raised, and why they are the way they are. You would have to change that to them. You would have to spend countless hours giving them video content that you watched online, or countless content of video that you watched, and they might still not change. I know I'm cheating on LaCroix, but Soleil was cheap. Save $2, so I'm gonna save $2. But I don't know. This topic is something that I feel very passionate about. I actually feel deeply sad sometimes when I see people, and I do this as well. And even to this day, I choose to spend time with my family because when I got started, a huge major key to my success was completely cutting everybody out. I had a girlfriend that was pretty, I would say on average, pretty freaking loyal. Loyal would be the word. Nice, just a good overall person. If you were to look for an average person in high school as a girlfriend, she would probably be above average. She would also be above average ambitious. And the reason why I bring her up is because I chose to give her up. And I think that I don't think everybody should do that. But I wanted to make the hard choice. Because what I wanted to achieve in my life required a lot of sacrifice. And I did not want to put her through. I would not be able to give her the attention that she deserves. So that was one of the choices that I had to make. Another choice I had to make was if there's something that I had to discuss with my parents and family, I would gladly speak to them about it. But if there's anything where I could get away or not be with them, not be in the same room as them, I would not be in the same room because I'm not going to talk about what I'm going to do. There's actually a little bit of language barrier. You guys may know that I am good at Chinese, but there's still a language barrier because for me, I would say I'm okay, maybe even a little bit above average in Chinese or average. I would say I'm okay. I don't think I'm good at it at all. Um, and you know, just like in American culture, we're like saying it's raining cats and dogs, but and then a Chinese person is like, what? There's dogs flying from the sky? You know things like this, right? So that would always be a problem. Maybe you guys can relate, maybe you guys can't. But whether they were American or not, even if I tried to express my thoughts, if they're not business people, if they weren't self-made entrepreneurs, they would have a hard time understanding. And plus, even if they were entrepreneurs, my parents did a little bit of business. Um, Business changes fast. Shopify industry changes quick. We're in an age where last year technology was at 6 out of 10. Now it's at 7 out of 10. So it evolves quickly and you need to learn how to adapt. And in our generation, one of my favorite things about you guys and the people in our generation, basically anybody under 35, my favorite thing is I appreciate the fact that we're able to understand that we need to adapt. What I mean by that is, if you guys are in the coding industry, you guys understand that there's languages that change. You might have to learn Python first, but then you realize 2 years later your fucking boss doesn't give a damn if you know Python anymore. You have to learn whatever the company is evolving into. If the iOS app changes, if the new iPhone has 3 cameras, you're going to have to adapt to that, right? So we learned that we have to adapt to the new iOS. We need to adapt to the newest software and Android, whatever you guys use. And we understand that life changes and it improves. And when I talk to people that are 50 or 60s, I know a lot of people that try to learn it, but they give up because they're like, I didn't grow up in that generation, and I give up. I don't want to learn it. And that would be my parents as a example. That's also another example of you can't change anybody. They're ignorant, they're arrogant in their own respect. You gotta understand that. And don't waste your time with them. And do not get me wrong here. Understand the point is not to be a dick to your parents, even though I did. Quite honestly, I was being a dick. I understand that. But you need to understand that your time is fucking valuable. Time is the commodity. Let me remind you something that you already fucking know. Time is something that you can never get back. Time is something you cannot buy. Time is something that you can save. And that's also why I don't have a car. I don't even have a driver's license. So, there's a lot of thoughts that are going on in my head. And the reason why is when I have an Uber driver or whenever I have a driver drive for me, I choose to do that because it's not about buying a car and saving money long term. It's about... So I'm talking very loud and my throat is not used to this. So I'm still adapting to this YouTube thing. But I'm very passionate about this and I need to share this to you guys. Like, it's about time for someone to explain it because I was one of you guys before. I used to be 16 and I was fighting it was like I was fighting everybody. It was like the world was against me because they didn't understand what I was doing. But I was talking about the Uber thing, and the reason why I do that, I'm actually going to make another video on it, but basically, my time is so valuable where I want them to drive. I want them to focus on driving. I want them to pay car insurance. I want them to be liable if the car has any problems. And all I got to do is pay 20 bucks, 30 bucks, depending on how far I'm going. And I could be in the back. I could make a call. Sometimes I actually make a lot of money because I focus on my task at hand while the person focuses on driving. I've just been making a lot of videos like this, and you guys might understand. A lot of you guys DM me, and they're like, you guys are like, you watch me because I'm original, and because I am original. I will never copy a video. I try not to. There may have been videos like this that have been out there before, but I try to be as original as possible because these were my experiences, and from what I can tell from you guys and me, you tell me right now in the comment section. Or DM me if you fucking want. But comment. I don't know which one I prefer. I think I prefer you to comment, but if it's anything serious, then DM me. What was I gonna say? I was gonna say, tell me what is the difference between you... Okay, I just paused it because this camera thing was being weird. But hopefully it's recording. Hopefully you can hear me right now. But what I was saying is, tell me right now, what is the difference between you and me? And also, what is... And I think that we have a lot of similarities, and I think that we've been through maybe certain phases that we have in common. Because when I was watching Alex Becker, Alex Becker is probably the person I could relate to the most, and that's why I watch him the most. He had a lot of scenarios where I was like, holy shit, he played a big role in my success, I would say, because he explained concepts that most people would be scared to talk about. I learned a lot of mindset stuff from him. I learned a lot of mindset through reading and studying The Successful. I know I'm diverging from the topic a little bit because we're talking about changing people. But hopefully you investing 12 minutes into this video will save you hours, if not hundreds of hours of time in your lifetime. And you guys gotta understand that you guys can't change anybody. Because I've tried, you've tried, and we're gonna continue failing because it's literally, if someone were to ask me what is the lowest ROI thing in the world, guess what? It's that, changing someone. You're investing too much time, maybe even money and energy. And energy is a commodity. Energy is something I value a lot. So first time, then energy, and then maybe even some money. And what is your return? So don't make bad investments, guys. Everything is about ROI, return on investment. Everything is about that. And I use ROI for everything because it's the easiest way to calculate if something's worth it. And I base almost all of my decisions through calculations and analysis. I do not make emotional decisions. I rarely do. I like to call it a robot switch. So I learned this from Sam Ovens, kind of, because he's kind of a robot. But when I turn it on, you cannot faze me. If you punch me, I probably won't punch back. If I lose $1,000 in advertisement, I won't shed a tear. Because I understand that's just business. I understand that in the long scheme of things, if you get emotional, you lose perspective. Losing perspective equals losing control. And if you lose control of your life, that's not a good thing, is it? So, hopefully you guys learned a few lessons. I think that there were maybe around 4 to 7 different lessons, depending on what you consider a lesson in this lesson. Hope you guys learned something. That's all this channel's for. You guys know that I've never sold anything. You guys also know that this is really my way of giving back. And I'm going to make a separate video of why I do YouTube. Let me write that down right now. Why I do YouTube. And when I have time and energy, because I'm actually running very low on energy right now. It's 9 p.m. at night. And this is a rather passionate topic, otherwise I'd be sleeping right now. But just real briefly, why I do YouTube is I want to give back. I've thought about doing charity, but I do not. believe in charities. I believe that there are certain charities out there that do great work. But if I were to truly give back, it would not just be I write a check, $100,000 to a foundation and help out 1 million kids apparently. Because I didn't do shit but write a check. And instead of that, I'd rather help 1,000 people, 500 people, as many people as possible through social media. I want to give my own time. That is something I value more. I honestly way more than money. And I think that this is a better way of charity than giving money away. I've thought about it, but as of now, there's no charity out there that makes enough sense for me. The Bill Gates Foundation is good, but if you guys have been watching the Netflix documentary, I wish them the best of luck, but that's, you know, it's called like Inside Bill's Brain. It was very clickbaity because I thought I would learn what he's thinking. But he's at the point of his life where he's giving back now. And same thing for me. I started giving back when I was 18 because that's when I achieved massive success. That's when I made my first million when I was getting close to the third quarter, I would say. Third quarter when I was 18 years old. That's when I made my first mil. And I actually made my first 100,000 in the first quarter of when I was 18. It was really honestly a what do you call it? Exponential. I was thinking this exponential. That's how I like to think about it. Exponential growth, which is what I received, and then it kind of started declining, or not declining, but started becoming linear. And my business right now is basically this, maybe a little bit of this, maybe going a little, but generally going higher. And I realized that I need to learn a lot to continue going higher. And that's what I do every single day, by the way. So if you guys are wondering what I do every single day, when I have time where I think it's a good topic, something original, and I think that it's worth talking about, then I'll be making a video. But, you know, I'm at the point in my life where it's cool that I'm starting to give back because I think it's nice. It is really nice. Because it's a feeling that, you know, when you help someone out, there's no feeling that compares to it. But you guys are at a point in life right now, I'm assuming that you need to help yourself. So I would not mind if you guys don't understand this. I took enough of your time, guys. I already took 18 minutes of your life. So why don't you guys get off of YouTube right now? Get off of YouTube right now. Stop watching my videos. Stop watching everybody's videos, man. If you feel like you've watched enough videos online, which I assume you have, grab a notebook that costs 50 cents, maybe even a quarter. I think right now there's a Halloween sale. Probably you could buy it for a quarter. And start writing down what you want to achieve. Write some realistic goals. Also write some crazy goals. But these crazy goals will actually be what makes you happy. So get off of YouTube right now. Write it all down. Write down what you want to achieve. Write down why you want to achieve it. Otherwise, you're going to keep on giving it up. And then you're like, am I missing something? I need to go back on YouTube. So get up, get the hell out of YouTube right now. Like literally just click out. And go do something with your life. Because your time is limited. Like this 1 year passes. We have a little bit more than 2 more months. And it's going to be 2020. So get off of YouTube. Go do something else. And maybe I'll see you on the next YouTube video. But really focus on yourself, guys. And maybe you guys want to watch the videos sometimes that I post. Just to give you a little spark. But take this spark right now and go do something with it, man. Because you're probably sick and tired of being in your situation. Even I'm sick and tired of my situation. I see that I can be a way smarter version of myself. That's why I still work every single day. I don't believe in retiring, by the way, guys. I do not believe in retiring. Alright, guys. This is the last time I'm going to say thank you for your time. And go fucking do something right now.